Welcome back, listeners, to another episode of Susan LoPresti Wellness, Mind, Body, and Soul, the podcast where we explore the highs, the lows, and everything in between when it comes to a woman's life, her health, and all aspects of navigating the midlife landscape. I'm your host, Susan LoPresti, and today I have a guest with me. Her name is Kerstin Schulze. And Kerstin is a global fitness, wellness, and personal transformation force. Born and raised in Germany, she achieved early success as a junior Olympic silver medalist at just 12 years old. Her passion for movement and performance extended into theater, where she toured with a high school troupe in Munich and developed a love for improvisation, a skill she continues to leverage in her career today. At 16, Kerstin's journey took a stylish turn with her first modeling job for an Italian fashion designer, leading to runway shows and ultimately a profound connection to fitness and health. She competed nationally in fitness figure competitions and landed roles in TV and commercials, which fueled her desire to inspire others. Over 2 decades in California, Kerstin has become a sought-after coach for high-profile clients like Nicole Ari Parker, Julie Berman, Chris Helmsworth, and Robert Patrick. Her story is one of adaptability, perseverance, and action, a philosophy she now shares as a speaker, a podcast guest, and expert in unlocking human potential. I'm so excited to have Kerstin here. So without further ado, Kerstin, welcome to my podcast. Thank you so much for coming on. And I'm super excited about this conversation today.
Thanks for having me, Susan.
I want to start by talking about menopause and fitness, because I know when I was going through perimenopause and menopause, I gained a lot of weight and I had all kinds of issues. So let's get started with that. And what advice would you give a woman who's going through menopause, who's gaining weight, and what advice do you give them as far as working out and diet?
So I speak from experience and what I've done to help myself, because I was in premenopause. I'm in full-on menopause now. And I did the same thing. All of a sudden, my body was pulling water. My hormones are changing. And I was gaining 10 pounds. And I was like, okay, something is happening here. The number one thing that I found out for me is that sugar was really fluctuating with me and not helping me, was not in my favor. You know, we want to drink a glass of wine, and I have a business called Party and Diet. So it's all about having fun, being in social settings, having a glass of wine, and then working out around your lifestyle and nurturing your body accordingly. So I had to change that. And what really worked for me is prolonged fasting has really worked for me, where I got my body into an insulin sensitive state, watching my sugars and rotating my carbs, and exercising more of weight training, less cardio, because cardio was raising my cortisol levels where weight training was not. Weight training actually was helping me to get autophagy going in my body and raise my testosterone levels, balance my hormones, sleep better. And so those are the holistic things that I did. And then I supplemented a little bit. I did a peptide copper treatment for my skin. And I brought some things to show you what I'm taking right now. It has helped me. And I'm not sponsored by these people. These are just things that I found myself. One is DHEA. And it's actually what balances our hormones. And anybody is in menopause should always get their DHEAS/S tested and see if you need any. Most people do. So I just take a small dose of it. I'm taking NMNH, which is a product that boosts your NAD levels, since we're all reducing NAD levels.
What is NAD?
NAD is your body's energy. I mean, it has a name. I couldn't even pronounce the name on it. I would have to read that to you, and it's like jambalamba for me. But what it is, basically, it is the production of your body to cell repair and to have boost your body with energy. So you wake up and not feel tired and feel like doing a workout. Or because what happens to in menopause is because our hormones change, we're more sluggish. We want to sleep more. We're not as focused. So this all helps with that. And boron helps with your brain energy, with your focus, with your conversion of for your magnesium, calcium, and so on. So a lot of times we take supplements like magnesium, calcium, but our body can't absorb it. So boron helps to absorb these things. And these things have really helped me to balance myself. And I'm not on any hormonal treatments. I'm not on estrogen. I'm not on progesterone. I just found that for me, working out and watching my sugars and taking these supplements have really helped me immensely.
That's interesting. And so did you get the help from a doctor or you did this all on your own?
I went to a doctor and the doctor couldn't help me. The doctor wanted to put me on antidepressant so I don't have these hot flashes. And I'm like, I don't believe in medication. I believe in holistic stuff and helping myself and researching. And unfortunately, most doctors that we go to, our regular doctors, they're not educated enough. They don't know how to help menopausal women. And then she was wanting to send me to a gynecologist. And I just did my own research. I'm a big fan of peptides. So I did peptide injections myself for 20 days. And that helps with your production of your skin, hair, nails, gets rid of fine lines, wrinkles, and so on. And you can't do it more than 22 days. So I did it for 20 days. But if you go and have any beauty products that are high quality, they all have copper in them. Yeah, so that's what helps us to have firm skin. And these are all self-research things that I found that are helping and that have helped my clients as well. Now, some of them have stronger symptoms and they did go to a doctor to get progesterone and estrogen prescribed so they can sleep better through the night. I don't have those symptoms, so I don't feel like I have to yet, but I do believe that I should get checked and have my hormones checked just in case I'm missing something.
Right. Yes. When I was going through menopause, I was seeing conventional doctors at first because I had all kinds of issues. I had body aches, I couldn't sleep, night sweats, hot flashes. I gained about 25 pounds when I was being told that it was perfectly normal for a woman my age to be going through this. And I just couldn't accept that as my reality. And so I went to see a functional medicine doctor. I sat with her for 2 hours just talking. We started with my parents' history, what their medical, issues were. And my mom took birth control pills. If she smoked, if she drank. Well, I wasn't prepared for any of this because usually you go see a doctor and you're in and out of their office in no time. But so she diagnosed me with celiac disease, Hashimoto's disease, and they were telling me it was perfectly normal to feel tired. And so being put on a couple of different supplements. So I was taking magnesium, I was taking melatonin, vitamin D, and then she put me on bioidentical hormones. And that made all the difference in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just knew because I saw my mom going through menopause. She didn't have half the issues that I was experiencing. And so I really think it's so important for us to take our health into our own hands and really do our own research and don't stop with the first doctor that you see if you feel like you're not getting the answers that you're looking for.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree with you. My daughter has an autoimmune system problem that came to fruition 3 years ago, and she has fibromyalgia. And she was a pro ballerina, and all the doctors were just like, "Oh no, you have this," and they wanted to prescribe her this drug and prescribe her that drug and that. And I was like, "Absolutely not." the drug is just there to numb it. Where is the core? What's the problem? Once we find out the problem, then we can help it. But if we don't know what the problem is, and so for you to finally find somebody that can tell you these are the ground problems, and that's what you need to get to. Because when we get a migraine, what causes the migraine? There's a reason why we get a migraine. These are all signals of the body.
Migraines. Yes, terrible. Out of nowhere. I never had migraines in my life. And all of a sudden, I was experiencing that as well. So, what other advice for a woman who's in menopause and, their body is out of shape and they don't know what else to do? Besides those supplements, do you have any other advice as far as food goes or dieting?
Well, I mentioned the prolonged fasting. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
I have.
Well, for what prolonged fasting means you are dieting or you are cleansing your body for 73 hours. The first 24 hours, you just do fluid, hydration, teas, anything that hydrates the body. And then on the second day, you do bone broth and the hydration. And the third day, you just get back to normal eating. But again, we're trying to get the body to use up the broken protein cells to get into an insulin sensitive state, to raise its HGH levels. And all that happens while we're fasting. And it happens when we're lifting weights. So I highly recommend for somebody that doesn't want to do a prolonged fast to at least stay away from sugars too much, stick to a high protein, high fat diet, eat lots of vegetables. And it doesn't have to be animal protein. It can be vegetables. It can, be chickpeas. It could be spinach. It could be all kinds of proteins that are not of animal protein, but both work. And I highly recommend to stay away from too much coffee because it makes the stomach acidic and raises your cortisol levels. Never first hour of awakening, have your first cup of coffee. Wait an hour, have your protein first, and then have your coffee.
Oh, I like. Yeah, that's a great tip. Actually, right now, I'm having a lot of issues with acid reflux. And I believe it's because I was doing intermittent fasting for a long time. So in the morning, I wasn't eating at all, but I was drinking black coffee. And I think that has had an effect on me. I wanted to also, because I have some talking points here. So we talked about menopause. What is the 16-week blueprint that you have? What is that?
The 16-week blueprint that I have is the workout for the gym goers. If you have never been to the gym or you are going to the gym and need something new, this is my blueprint that I used myself to get my body to where it is today. And it is step by step, explain every day what I do, what workout, what machine, what the exercise looks like, how many reps you should do. There's a video that explains the machine because a gym can be very intimidating when you step the first time into a gym. And so it is all explained as well as the free weight area, because a lot of times women are shying away from free weights. And it's so important for our stability, mobility. Functional strength training is super important for us to have balance. We do squats all day long. We get out of a chair, we sit down on the toilet, we get out of a car. We do squats all the time, right? So we need to train our muscles to be there for us in our favor. So that's what the blueprint is. And there's a whole nutritional plan on there as well. And a BMR calculator, which is really important because most people don't even know how many calories do I burn by just sitting here. And how many calories do I need to burn to get to the weight that I want? Let's say I want to lose 10 pounds. 10 pounds and to lose in 1 month, you have to burn 7,000 calories a week. How do you take that away from nutrition and exercise? So you have to know, because the body's all numbers, right? It's all math.
Right. So I believe also the most important thing as far as lifting weight is it's also great for your bones, because as we're in menopause, where our bones are becoming porous. And so using weights is very important for maintaining and also, I think, building backbone, if I'm not mistaken.
It's immensely important for your bone density is to lift weight. Absolutely. I cannot stress it enough. And I always say, because a lot of times people think they have to go an hour to do an hour and a half. You don't. You can go to the gym or do it at home. If you do 10 minutes of really known like weight training and you just stay consistent with it and you do it 7 days a week, or let's say you do it 6 days a week, you have so much effect, so much more effect on the body than going. Because a lot of times when we go for an hour and a half, we get burned out. Then we don't want to come back. We're just sore. We're overtrained probably. Because if we are sore more than 3 days, you overtrained the muscle. So we want to get to a state where we're just pushing the body enough. So we want to come back. And I explain all that in my workout as well. What day you do, what body parts, so you can go every day. And you start with 5 minutes to 10 minutes a day. You don't have to do an hour.
And what is your thoughts with cardio for a woman in menopause? What do you recommend?
I recommend a cardio that keeps your heart rate around 105 to 130 and not higher. I do believe you should get your body's heart rate up for 20 to 30 seconds and then back down. So, for instance, long distance running to me for a menopausal woman is not good because it is so stressful on the body. You're constantly stressing the body. Your cortisol levels are going up, and you're going to build more fat layers and injuries because now your body is pulling fluid to your joints. So I highly recommend, and I'm certified in hormonal treatment through exercise, how we can help our hormones to balance. And they found out that if you do in high intensity for 20 to 30 seconds, which could be a really light jog and then walk. Or it could be getting out of your bicycle and getting into if you're doing spinning, get out for 20 to 30 seconds and then sit down for 2 minutes. Don't do vigorous exercises. You could do little jumping jacks. You could do little hops. Anything like if I do a little hop and bring my hands over my head, now my heart rate goes up, and do that for 20 to 30 seconds. Now my body goes into its fat storage, mobilizes, puts it in the bloodstream, and it takes about 2 minutes for it to burn it off. But if we consistently stay high intensity, we are now stressing the body and doing actually the opposite because the body now raises cortisol level, which means it gets acidic. And the only way the body protects its acidicness is by building cortisol layers in your stomach walls to protect it so it doesn't burn through. So when you feel acidicness, that's when your body's building cortisol. And we want to stay away from that. We want to get the body to a balanced state. So very important to people in menopause, to me, is that they're doing only 20 to 30 seconds of high intensity. Like anything that gets your heart rate above 140 and 140, 160 is very good for the heart muscle. It's very good for your joints. It's very good for your mobilization of your fat storage. And then you're going to do 2 minutes of low impact. Like sitting there doing arms or doing some presses, anything that gets you to bring down your heart rate. And if you want to do a cardio session, then high intensity 20, 30 seconds, and then 2 minutes of low. Like you want to be able to hold a conversation. That's low.
Right, right. So I remember when I was in my late 30s, early 40s, I was really into running and I loved running. And I found that I would get into shape in no time from running. But as I started getting older, it just didn't work for me any longer. And so I got more into, I love yoga. So I always did yoga as well. But weightlifting for me has really made a difference in how I feel, my energy levels, and you see a difference in relatively short period of time. And I also have osteopenia, so I make sure that I'm weightlifting a couple of times a week just to prevent osteoporosis. Because once you break a bone, especially a hip, something that changes your whole.
Oh, yes. I mean, we only have one body and we want to make it as strong and as possible. And weight training is really the magic for it.
Yes. So what advice do you give for a woman as far as sleeping? Because I know that women have a hard time in menopause, staying asleep, falling asleep. Do you have any advice or any supplements that you would recommend for them?
Definitely magnesium. Definitely helps with sleep. Cortisol, there's natural cortisol supplements you can take, or progesterone. And you might need some progesterone I have clients that swear by they get these little stickers with progesterone on it and they sleep like babies. And it's a small dose, And there's so many good clinics now that you can get tested for what your levels are. I mean, you have to do a full blood panel test for it if you have really severe problems sleeping. And and is it some people need a sleep apnea machine to sleep? Maybe they're grinding their teeth, they're waking up in the middle of the night. Like I found out my daughter needed a sleep machine so she can rest through the night, and it's done wonders for her. For me, it has helped that I take cortisol supplements and magnesium at night.
Okay.
And it's been okay, but I have to say I am getting tested for my blood levels and my hormone levels to see, do I need something? Because I'm going to be 52. I've been in full menopause now. I've gone through my premenopause. I'm thinking I want to stay ahead of it. And the only way we can stay ahead of it is we have to get tested to see what is coming, what's happening, and how can I help it? And like my clients have told me, they swear by their patch and it helps them to sleep.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, that's great. So do you have any programs, online programs that my listeners on here and they'd like to work with you? Is there any way that they can work with you?
Absolutely. Always love helping people. So if you want to do a one-on-one session with me and just get to, feel for how we work, I always do a consultation. We can do it on Zoom or you can do it in person with me. I'm in the beach area here. I own my own gym, but I train a lot of people over Zoom. And you can go on my site, partyanddiet.com, and reach out to me there. And if you don't want to do a one-on-one and you just want to check out my programs, I have a programs for all the people that I work in from home or don't work and just want to be workout from home or traveling a lot. It's called Fitness for the Busy Lifestyle. And it's all where you don't need a lot of equipment, where you can do your own body weight, bands, and so on. And traveling, I show workouts in the hotel gym. I show hotel workouts in the hotel room. And just taking the guesswork out, how can we stay and do 10-minute workouts? I have 10-minute workouts on there as well. And then I also have the gym workout, the 16-week program that we talked about. Everybody that wants to go to a gym, because a lot of times people need to be motivated and a gym setting can motivate them.
Yes. Where are you located?
I'm in Manhattan Beach,
In California.
Bay, Los Angeles, California. Yeah. So I'm in all the beach area, Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach, Hermosa Beach. And that's where my location is in Redondo Beach, where my gym. And then online, I'm everywhere. I train people in New York and France and Germany and the United States. I'm everywhere.
Okay. And I will put all of your social media where people can contact you on social media as well, and your website and all of that. Any final thoughts that you'd like to leave the audience with?
Yes, I would love to let everybody know that I'm a specialist in when it comes to injury. I have a lot of clients that deal with injuries, shoulder injury, neck injuries, lower back injuries, shoulder injuries, and you don't have to stop exercising just because you have an injury. We can work around your injuries. We can make your injuries heal faster by exercise.
Wow, that's great information. Very, very good. Do you have any promotions that you're doing right now?
Absolutely. For all the listeners that are listening right now, if you would like to try my programs, I'm giving it away for a month free, and the code is PARTY15.
Party 15. Okay, great. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.